Today on Sauced, iron skillet, beef tips, and gravy. So what you're going to need is some beef tips, the Holy Trinity, some seasoning. Some people want more pepper, some water or some beef broth. I like the water, beef broth's expensive. Got to have the flour to gravy it up. Need some peppers, more onions of course, olive oil, garlic powder. That's about everything you need to get this done. And now here, you're going to take your iron skillet, 100% dry, crank the heat all the way to high. I'm going to let that get even more dry. You want to take your olive oil. It's very important to polymerize the skillet before you begin. That gives you your non-stick service. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty sticky. Take that, spread it around. You'll be amazed at how little oil this actually takes. Now you leave that until we got it smoking now. You want to take your meat and unwrap it. I'm usually telling you to wrap your meat, but today's different. You want to grab your seasoning. Pull that off the heat to keep from burning it. You're going to want to leave that high heat on. Alright, it's stuck on there. Season the other side. Alright, it's been 2.5 minutes. You want to take this and you want to flip it now. Very important not to move it the first 2.5 minutes. Look at that, I threw it all over the place. Don't worry, it's clean. You want to get that good sear on there. Now I'll let this go for about 2 minutes. Like this. Oh! Jesus, it don't like staying in there, does it? When we come back, we'll be adding vegetables. Now it's been another 2.5 minutes. We're going to reduce the heat to about 3. Give it another little stir. Now we're going to start adding the greens. I pre-chopped some of those already. Let's go ahead and add some color. I got some bell pepper here of all the colors. I like mine crudité. I add them in after the onions and before the garlic. Then let's start just some regular old black pepper on there, fine black pepper. You'll see that pile of vegetables has gotten smaller. It's starting to have the Holy Trinity smell. The onions, the garlic, the bell pepper, the celery. Once you cook a bunch of moisture out, you want to go ahead and add some back in. 2 whole cups. Be sure to replace all the missing moisture. When your onions cook down, rendered down into that caramelized little substance it looks like right there when you see your onions all brown, you want to go ahead and cut your heat all the way down. Won't prevent any scorching on the bottom. Alright, we're going to make some rice with this. Yeah, I ain't fancy. You throw that in there, You get you some water and you dump that in there. Make sure it gets all wet and turn it on. When you get it good rendered down like this, you start seeing the fat across the top. Seeing a little greasy spots you want to take, and you're going to add flour now. What this flour does is it's going to absorb all that oil. And I'm going to make some gravy with it, some al juice. You want to give that a good old stirring. It's going to take more gravy than that. You can tell by the color of the stock here. So we're going to add another little pinch full. It's not a predetermined set amount. It pretty much goes in ratio to the water or the liquid. Let's let that sit for about 5 minutes. After simmering for a minute, you're looking for this color here. It looks good and gravy-like. You can go ahead and turn the heat off now. Alright guys, we're wrapping it up now. Here we go. We got the stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and plate it for you guys. I'm going to do it good old-fashioned way, how we do it down here. Excuse me. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in a bowl. We're going to start with the rice over there, and then throw some goodness on there. What's that beeping for? No, you don't be beeping. Oh Lord, here we go. It's pretty hot. Really, really hot. So you got the meat seared real good right there. Beef flavored. It's not overpowered by any seasoning or anything. You can taste the seasoning, but it's not overpowering. Definitely true in beef flavor. 5 out of 5, guys. Check it out. You can do it with almost any meat too. You can substitute. That was sauced with Bubbaseeds.